So we move on to the next one. We have covered ROC. What's the next one? K, yes. K means keep raw data raw. Over here, I want to show you some of the things we may encounter. Let me go to another. And we want to go to the first folder, importing all files in the folder. Let's open this one. Whenever we say keep raw data raw, we do not want to copy one by one and merge them together, especially many files. So we want to grab everything. So we want to get the data from data. So let me open one of the files to show you how the data looks like. Yeah, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Let me open batch number 1. This is how the data looks like in the batch number 1. Okay, something extra on the top. How can we get rid of the one on the top? Remove top rows. Very good. Scroll down. It's merging. We are merged, and then how can we fill the blank? Fill down. Very good. And the batch date is it a date? No, it uses year, month, day. So we can use changing locale and correct the date. See, everything we have learned is accumulated to here. So this only on one file. So let me close it. Let me open the batch number 2. Batch number 2, the data slightly different. So we have a batch, has a different date, and the score slightly different. So we want to combine them together. So let me close the file, and we are going to import it to from this folder, and everything go to this particular file. Let me do this. Let's open import team scores from folder. When you open, it is a blank with a simple instruction on the screen. Open the file, import team scores from folder. Like this. We want to get all the Excel file from data folder. We want to remove the repeated headers on the top, fill the blanks, remove duplicates. There's some duplication inside. And we want to combine all of them into a single result. So that's first part we want to do. Now we go to data, get data, from file, then go to last option. It says from folder. Whenever it says from folder, you go and browse to that folder. Browse until you go to data folder. If you are inside data folder, yeah, and you don't see anything inside, and we are able to see there's a button called open. So that means it will grab all the files from that folder. Let's click open. Then wait for a while, because it is retrieving multiple files in that folder. It will show us a list of the files in that folder. How many lines do you see on your screen? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 3. If let's say I've opened the file, did not close, I will see more files underneath. That is called log file. It's temporary. It has the name like curvely, example, batch 1.xlsx. When I see something like this in the front with the curvely hyphen, or some people call it tilde, that is a log file. I have opened the file. It doesn't have anything inside. So now we only have 3. And I want to do some correction. Over here, you can see they have more buttons. All this one we can see load, transform, and cancel. So over here, you have something called combine. Combine allows us to straight away open the file and combine them together. Now we want to do something extra just to let you walk through what are the things you can do more. So we want to have greater control. We go to transform data. When you click transform data, it will show a list of the files from that folder. Let's wait for a while for it to load. Got it? Good. Have you encountered this situation in a single folder? Beside Excel file, it may have Word file, PowerPoint file, text file, and a lot more other files. It's quite common. Presume maybe I'm working with the actual situation. My folder not necessarily only has Excel file. I may have some PDF file, JPEG file, PNG file, maybe some document file, PowerPoint file, and so on. If I did not filter out, it will grab everything and it will give errors because Power Query cannot process all these files. So therefore, to be on the safer side, if let's say in the chance in the future, your folder may have some other file format, you can filter out only looking for a specific file type. So that's why we use transform. And over here, this is a binary. If you click, you don't see anything. It's a text file. It's a binary file because it's not open yet. Good. So now we don't see any extra funny stuff. We don't need to filter. And now we are going to combine all the files we see on the screen. And whenever we click combine file, because they are Excel file, it will ask us which worksheet we are looking for. And because it will use the same step to process all the files, our worksheet name must be consistent. If they're not consistent, there are other ways to work around. Now presume all our worksheet names are consistent. Let's click on combine files. And you will see it show the worksheet name. Currently it says score. Depending on the situation, currently the sample is based on the first file. In some situation, you want to go for a specific file, maybe that file a little bit tricky. You want to base on that file to do some data transformation so that it's able to apply for other simpler file. So now for my situation, it doesn't matter. So first file or specific file, it doesn't matter. And then we click on that worksheet called score, and you will show how the data looks like on the right. And we want to do some data correction here. We want to click on the OK. Whenever you click OK, you will get observe at the right or the left side, you will see suddenly has a lot more queries. Later I'll explain why. Don't need to panic. Just press OK. Let's wait for a while. You will have suddenly a lot more things appears on the left. Got it? Good. The things we want to do, it has two levels. The helper queries, you can just collapse it to make it simpler. There are only two queries we need to work on. One on the individual file. Whatever transformation we want to do, we do it inside here, transforming individual file. Okay. Presume I want to remove the header, I want to remove the footer, I want to remove blank on individual file. Maybe I want to transpose on individual file. I do it inside this query. The next one, after they have combined together, this is the one we are looking at. So this after combining all files, depending on which one you are looking at. So now there are some headers we need to remove. Which one should I go to? The first one or the second one? First one, thank you. Let's click on transform sample file. And you'll notice one of the header, the first row, it has gone into the header. So I don't want to have this one now. Yeah, maybe the title may change in the future. So therefore, on the right side, I don't want to have promoted headers. Remove promoted headers. And you can see it have extra 3 lines on the top. How can I remove the first 3 rows? Can you teach me how to do this? Remove rows. Remove top rows. Okay, how many should I key in? 3. If I just key in 2 plus 1, can I? Cannot. Must key in the exact number. Okay, this is not Excel. Excel, it accept 2 plus 1. Here cannot. So this just key number 3 and press enter. The first 3 rows are gone for good. Then the first row is the header. How can I use the first row as the header? And use first row as headers. That's a default action. Whenever we use the first row as the header, Power Query automatically will add a change type automatically. To be on the safer side, I may not want to have a change type at this present moment. I will only want to change type towards the end. That means whenever they're combined together. So I can just remove the last step, change type. Good. Hey, there's so many now. Yeah, it's a merge cell. So yes, merge cell, whenever it gone into Power Query doesn't support any merging. So now I want to get the data. Or the now should I get the data from above their location or below them? Yeah, we get it from above. So we use the above and get the data down. Is it fill up or fill down? Yes, it's called fill down. How can I fill down for the team name? Right click on the team, fill down. Yes, got it. So this only on the file number 1. After they have combined together, where can we see the combined data? You can see a triangle, right? Is it good news or bad news? It's an error, it's a bad news. Let's click on the data. Why? Oh, team performance score. Just now is part of the header because we demo the header. The header name changes. So that means the last step is no longer necessary. Let's delete the last step inside data. Good. Double check, we have the source name. You can see which file they are getting from. The team. I forgotten to change the batch date. Can I change it here? Yep, usually the last step is the one we change the data type. So this is a year, month, day. Can you teach me how to do the correction for the date? Right click, I know right click, and then change. Because my computer is not using year, month, day, so I cannot straight away using change date. I use the last one using locale. It's a bit weird pronunciation. It's not locale. Using locale, and I want to change it to a type. I want to change to date and which locale or which country we are using. Which country it uses year, month, day. Yes, Japan. If I click on the locale, expand it, just type on the keyboard alphabet J. Because not many countries start with alphabet J. If type J and press enter, it will select Japanese for you. Got it? And then you can click enter or press click OK, and everything done. Anything we need to change before we load the data back to Excel? Yes, the score okay ma. Everything on the right side ma. Okay ma. It's alphanumeric. To be very precise, we want to change it to whole number. Good. How about the team? Do I need to change? Not necessary. Unless you're very precise, you can change to text because alphanumeric is supports both number as well as text. So now we are happy with the result. How can I bring this result back to Excel? Yes, we go to the home, left button, close and load. And let's wait for a while for it to load it to Excel. So how many files I have loaded here? 3. You can go to source name, expand it. You can see there's batch 1, batch 2, and batch 3. Very good. So now after a while, we have done this one. Then my colleagues, our colleagues say, hey, Tai, hey, we have a new data. Let's go to the folder called new data. How many files do you see inside new data? Yes, another 2 more files. Let's incrementally add on more files. Now I want to move batch number 4. I can just cut it batch number 4 and go to the data folder. This is the place we import it. I might just paste it over here. So I have batch 1, batch 2, and batch 3 and batch 4. So I have 4 files. If I go back to Power Query now, refresh, how many files will I see inside here? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's refresh. I'll refresh. Let's see. Yes, that's batch number 4. Easy, right? So this is how we're able to make it reusable, repeatable, and scalable as well. Good. So now if you add on batch number 5 and refresh, will it work? Confirm. Test first. See, I always like to give people some drama. Hey. So after I refresh and see the data, I have gotten batch number 5. Good. Yes. So with this awareness, now you can see how we're able to bring the data from different files together. And this one, I want to invite you to do it on your own. Go to the folder called project. Go to the folder called project. Inside project, I have something similar as well. There's consolidate data. This is the file I want to bring the data from the data folder. Inside data folder under project, it has 2 quarter sales, Q1, Q2. And then in the new data folder, it has Q3 and Q4. So now your mission is to bring the data and bring them to consolidate data using Power Query and have fun. The only tricky part is quarter number 4. The header is not the same. Whenever it's not the same, you will see suddenly that block of data is blank. So that means Power Query uses the header name to join the data together. Just like yesterday, we learned about append data. Same thing happening here as well. So there are a few ways to work around the desperate mode, change the data file. The second one is a little bit different. Maybe I can show you what is possible, and then you are able to see how this thing applies in your work. So let me open. And with this awareness, there are few caveats. First thing, the column must be in the same sequence. First column, second column, they are the same sequence. The second caveat, the header may differ. So it's okay. So with this awareness, I can go to data, get data from file, from folder. Whenever I go to from folder, I need to go to my data folder under the project folder. And I can just open, okay. Then it will brings us to the list of the file. Then I can go to the bottom. Which button should I click if I want to do a fine tuning inside? Yeah, I'll click on transform. Transform allows us to have greater flexibility. For example, I want to choose specific file, specific year, or specific name as well. So it allows us to do so. So now these are the files I want to bring them in. So I can just go to the content and combine files. When I click on combine files, it will ask me which worksheet I would like to combine them together. Because all of them, they are using the same name called invoice. So I can just use invoice. And after I click OK, it will create multiple queries on the left side. And there are two queries I need to change. One of them is on individual file. Another one is after the data has been combined together. Let's wait for a while for it to perform the job. Which query will be processing on individual file? Which one? What's the name? Yes, thank you. It's called transform sample file. This on individual file. Individual file. So if let's say I have Q1, it will repeat the same step for Q1. When I have Q2, it will repeat the same step for Q2. And data is after they have performed all the transformation on individual file, they will append together to make the data here. When the header doesn't match, that is the time it doesn't come out. Let's go to transform. Okay, let's go here. I do want to promote headers. So I don't need to promote headers. The first row I don't need. So I can go to home, remove top one row. Enter. So currently it uses generic name. It uses generic name. We can change the name now. Whatever thing we are doing, it will apply for all files. So what's the first one? First column is called invoice. Invoice number or invoice? I can't remember. Okay, later we can change. And this is about date. And I believe this is about the customer. Column number 4 will be region. And column number 5 is a salesperson. Column number 6 is, I can't remember. Really cannot remember. Okay, never mind. Later we can come back here and start adjusting. Then I need to go back to my data. So now I back to here, the source name, invoice, and date. Only then I do the correction for the data type. Usually it's the last step, usually. So this is the data is going to bring back to Excel. And usually the last step, now towards the end, we are going to do some change type here. So the date is month, day, year. How can I change the date to the correct value? Right click, change time, and then, yeah, using locale, thank you. And what will be the appropriate data type? Yes, we are using date. Yeah, change to date. Which country uses day, uses month, day, year? Yes, US. Yes, English, US. Yes. And when I press OK, and all the dates is correct. Of course, I ignore some things at the back. The column here, I did not done it correctly. I have certain data numbers, I have not done it correctly. I just show you whenever there's something mismatched on the column header, this is how we are able to work around. So I can close and load, bring whole data out. This is Q1 and Q2. Just now, the mistake is at the Q4. Now I go to the folder, I straight away copy the data Q4 to the data folder. So it's a bit weird. I have Q1, Q2, and Q4. Q4 is the one has a different header. With the method just now, I go back to my Power Query and refresh and go until the end. Yes, I see Q4 and everything remains there. So this is another way to work around. As long as the column sequence is the same, regardless of the header, we are still able to get the answer. Nice. Okay, you can experiment for a while before we move on to the next topic. Well, okay about the project. Okay, good. So this is how we're able to combine multiple things we have learned previously in here. So let's move on to the next one.